Okay, so we got our keel and our frames here. Each frame, when you look at it, there are some notches. The notches they're in the top part of the frame. So the side with the notches are the deck of the board. And in the center, there's a little, there's two notches with a little piece in the middle. That's the center of the frame. And we're gonna take, each frame has a number on them. Our keel has a nose inscribed. And frame number 1 starts at the nose. So we're gonna take each frame, which is numbered, and we're gonna slide them in position through the keel. So here's number 2, I'm gonna slide it through the number 2 notch until it's lined up right with that center. These don't have to be perfect right now. We can move them around as we go. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is take our internal stringers. These are all labeled, so there's inner stringers and outer stringers, and they each have a number at one end. So this is lining up with frame number 2. At this end, it's going to line up with frame number 8. And these are going to fit right into these little notches in the frames. So it takes a little bit of juggling sometimes to get them down in position at each frame. You have to kind of start slowly, start working them in from one end, kind of get them lined up as you go. Once they're started and they're lined up properly, you can just go back and forth from frame to frame and kind of slide them down until they're flush with the tops of the frames. If these get a little hard to do with your hand, you can always use a little bit of clamp pressure if you have them. Put them on there, right on the bottom of the frame, and kind of squeeze them into place. So these stringers are going to help add some support to the deck of the board and also just help add some rigidity to the whole internal frame. I like to do both inner battens first and then work towards the outer battens. So I'm going to start over on this side now. Again, frame number 2 starts here. Start sliding this into position. Then I'm going to take my outer batten. This one starts at frame 3. Again, just follow the inscriptions and we'll count back 1, 2, this is the 3rd frame. So we're just going to start there. Same process. And we're not adding any glue to these. They'll eventually get glued into place when we put the deck on. But for now, these are just press fit. So we got our keel and our frames slid into position. We've got our internal stringers added, inner stringers and outer stringers. They're all flush with the tops of the frames, and our frames are centered in our keel. And that's it for this step. Our next step is going to be to add some pieces in here that hold our frames centered in the middle of the board.